Hello, everybody. Old Cecil Pearson Jr. coming at you here on YouTube this Saturday. Was out today and seemed like everywhere we went, I was noticing the same problem. And it's a problem that needs to be addressed, especially to Christians, but everybody needs to hear this. We were at Walmart, Maddie and I were, getting stuff for the beef stew video that I just made, and we're waiting on that to cook for supper. That's going to be good. But we were getting that stuff and picking up a few other things that we needed. I'm sorry, not at the Walmart, at the Kroger. And this man with 3 little kids, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, by 8 being the oldest, 3 little kids just running all over the store. And what's he doing? Looking at the phone, not even paying attention to where he was walking. Little kids just running all over the store. Now, folks, first off, I want you to understand something. I love children. Love them very much. I helped raise a whole bunch of them. But I think kids ought to be close to the parents, especially in this day and age of the adrenochrome rage, and everybody stealing little kids, selling them into sex slavery, and God only knows what, to be honest. And this man was so consumed in his phone, he didn't even know where his children were. And that bothered me. Well, I went over to the 5-star, and there was a woman and a little girl inside. The little girl may have been 4 or 5 years old at the max. And she was just looking at her phone. Her daughter's on the other end, opposite corner of the store from where she is, up close to the register. Anybody could have walked in, grabbed that little girl, and walked out. People are so all consumed with these cotton-picking cell phones that they're not even paying attention to their children. And that is a sad, sorry state of the world today. My children are grown, but if they're with me, their daddy, at a store, I know where my children are, I know how long they've been gone, and they know when they're supposed to come back and check with me. And they're grown. But at the store, Daddy's still king. And Daddy's going to know where his children are because they're my responsibility and I love them. Folks, if you loved your children half as much as you do your cell phone, you would pay more attention to them. Don't you understand they are the future of this world? Can't you see that even Jesus said, "Suffer little children that they come unto me. Prevent not that child from coming. Let the children come to Jesus." Folks, he told us we got to come to him as a little child, or we won't get to go into heaven. Don't you think that the children that you have is more important than what's happening on cotton-picking Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, OnlyFans, or whatever it is that you're looking at? Don't you think that the lives of your children are a little more important than whatever is on the cotton-picking phone in your hand? Pay attention to your children. I was almost killed this morning by a woman not paying attention to the highway, literally looking at her phone, and almost hit me. The biggest distraction in the world today is not pornography. It is not naked women and naked men. It is not alcohol. It is not drugs. It is not soap operas. It is not televisions. It is not video games. It is this thing that I'm holding in my hand, making this video on right now, a cell phone. That is the biggest distraction in the world today, and the number one tool used by the devil himself to take your mind off God. If you put your mind more on your family and on God than you did that hunk of plastic that connects you to that Facebook that you claim to hate so much, your family life would be a lot better. Your Christian walk would be a lot closer to God. People want to know why they can't get close to God. They can't put a cell phone down long enough. Oh, I got to see what's going on the Facebook. Oh, I got to check my Instagram and my Twitter. Oh, you check that. I'm checking my Snapchat. Oh, somebody just loaded a video over here on YouTube. I appreciate people watching my videos. I do. But I do not want you doing it when you're out with your children, and I do not want you doing it when you're driving in your car. Don't you dare be playing one of my videos while you're driving in your car, or you ought to be paying attention to your children. You want to watch a video while your kids are around? Bring them up in your lap and let them watch it with you. That's right. I'm going there. I'm walking all the way there and tap dancing on it. Won't be no donations today. But guess what? I don't care. I would rather never get another dollar than have you, my flock, my church members, lose your children to an adrenochrome scheme or to a sex trade outfit because you're too busy on your phone because nobody told you. You've been told now. If you pay half as much attention to God as you do your cell phone, your walk with God would be a whole lot better. If you spent more time in the Holy Book instead of on Facebook, then your life would be a whole lot better. If you spent more time paying attention to your children and what they're doing and saying and watching on the phones that you got them, then they wouldn't be out in the street rioting, raping, pillaging, selling, and using drugs. They'd be at home where they ought to be, right where mine is. Honey, I'm here to tell you, the old-fashioned parents better wake up and start teaching their children how to raise their grandkids, because somebody has got to tell them, get away from the iPhone, the Samsung, the Motorola. Put the phone down and spend time with your children. Spend time with your Heavenly Father and watch your life get better, because you won't be consumed daily by the drama of Facebook. Right now on my Facebook, I can't see anything but Amy Coney Barrett, President Trump, Vice President Biden, and Kamala Harris. Oh, let's not forget Nancy No-Neck Pelosi. Nobody's talking about their lives anymore on Facebook because everybody is so consumed with the politics, with the COVID, with the how Zuckerberg is not allowing certain things and how Twitter is not allowing certain things. Hey, I agree. They ought to allow everything. But it ain't going to consume me. I went out today with my daughter and I didn't touch my phone. Only reason I answered the phone in the kitchen when I was cooking, because I thought it was my son. It was not. It was not. Don't know who it was. But I'm here to tell you, folks, if you don't learn to lay these cell phones down, you're going to lose your children. Somebody's going to steal them. Somebody's going to rape them. Somebody's going to murder them. If you don't learn to lay your cell phones down, somebody's going to steal your child, and they're going to sell your child to somebody who's going to rape them repeatedly until they're all raped out, and then they're going to kill them. Somebody's going to scare them so bad that they bring them right to the edge of death, and then they're going to get the adrenochrome off of them, and then they're going to rape them and kill them. It all ends with rape and death. And all because you couldn't be bothered to pay attention to your children because of Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. Put your phone down. Pay attention to your children, especially when you're in public. Know where they are at all times. Are you out of your ever-loving mind? Pay attention to your children. You're supposed to love them, right? They're part of you and part of your husband or wife. Pay attention to them. Protect them. I guarantee you, if somebody snatched that cell phone out of your hand, you'd notice. But you wouldn't notice that somebody snatched your daughter that was standing right behind you, covered her nose and mouth where she couldn't scream, and drugged her off backwards. You didn't even know she was gone. You look around and tell her, come on, honey, let's go. She's already been gone 15 or 20 minutes because you were there scrolling Facebook. I'm just going to tell you like it is. Ain't no sugar on this. Because you were sitting there scrolling Facebook or scrolling Snapchat, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever you own. Because you were sitting there paying more attention to your phone than you was your kids. Pay attention to your children. Pay attention to them. If you love them, pay attention to them. And if you don't, give them to somebody that does love them so they can pay attention to them. This has really upset me something fierce. Pay attention to God. Listen to God. Like I said, spend more time in the Holy Book than on Facebook, and you'll be all right. Instead of Snapchat, why don't you pray a while? Instead of being busy about posting to your story, why don't you pray a while? I love each and every one of you. That's a fact. And I'm praying for you. Put the cell phone up. Pay attention. Love you guys. Bye.